This is the Linda's Lavender Wreath Kit. This kit is on sale for 88 bucks, great price point. And this is only 3 items being included in this kit. It starts with our 22-inch hydrangea succulent wreath. This wreath is on an angel vine base. It could be outdoor in a covered area. Very full with a lot of mixed items and succulents. We're gonna use the blush Hoya hanging bush today for a little color and just nice draping. And the full life willow branch, which is kind of a bendy vine style branch with some willow leaves on it. An optional add-on in this kit is going to be our lavender wish bow. If you want a little bit more spring color added to it, that can be also used as more of an everyday design. So this is the Linda's Lavender Wreath Kit.
There we go. Okay, again with my mouse.
And I see you've cut all your components apart.
Cut all my components apart. So basically you cut all of the willows off of the core stem. It's kind of wasting it, I know. We're gonna use a chunk a little bit later that I don't cut up so much. But all of these little pieces have heavy gauge wire tips. So you can pretty much just rip them off the stem because it's a paper wrap stem. So you can cut or you can tear them off and save your hands if you want to. They come off in sections here at the very tip of the branch. I've left this one clustered together. You can see how it's ripping off of the branch here. So this top part is literally 3 pieces stuck together. And then the Hoya cuts apart in, how many pieces do we get here? This one it wants to hold itself in chunks. Somehow they've got plastic connecting the stems together, which is a little weird, but that's how, do I have all of it here?
There is one I see already in your
it's
wreath.
still stuck in the wreath, okay. Tip, full piece, let me double check. Seems like a little less. And the structure is different, yeah, the structure is different. I think I've got it all. Just looks different when you cut it apart. Definitely a good plant structure for outdoor porch pots, and it is a UV protect item. So there is that factor too for using it outside. So the first thing I'm going to fight with is the Hoya plant. And the thing about the design is that you've got a couple of trailers here. This trailer and this trailer. Looks like 2 chunks that want to trail and 2 shorty tips. They kind of just connect with this plastic, so I guess I could rip them apart. Whatever that's about, it's just a weird construction. But what I'm envisioning is that the wreath itself has 3 succulents in blue. Do you see the 3 blue finger succulents in there? So pay attention to where those are. And here we have a triangle. I'm going to intentionally put my bow at the top, and I want my bow to go where the succulents are not, so that I don't cover them up, because I think they're the funnest part of the wreath. So 1, 2, 3 in a triangle. Pick the top up here for your bow location and reserve that for the bow. Then the trailing pieces are going to look cool coming out the left and right of the bottom. I'll just lay them on there and show you. And if you like the idea of trailing one through the middle. So it looks good to break up the roundness of the wreath by trailing these pieces out the bottom. And then the little shorty guys will be out the sides. So let's just use glue if you want to, or if you don't use glue, you're actually able to insert these sturdy stems right into the angel vine base itself. I'm doing the stabbing in there with a little dot of glue on the branch, on the base of it, but the stem is sturdy and the angel vine base is wrapped with wire. So you can literally, without wire, slip the stem into the angel vine, and if you slide it in there deep enough, it stays put, especially if you slide it in behind one of the wires. So there is that little tip that makes it easy for you. And then the little trailers are just going to be winging out the bottom. The idea of adding the greens is something to break up the roundness of this wreath. The roundness is just pretty compact I'm also going to put a third one that will hang down the middle. I kind of like that idea. It makes it very gardeny. And then we have 3 more pieces, so still reserving the center for my bow. I'm going to lay a couple of these out the sides, so they're deliberately showing, winging them out. Okay. Happy to see this is working out nicely. Makes the wreath look a little bit bigger, a little bit fuller, and it brightens it up with a little brighter green in this case of adding that Hoya. Wow, we got glue going on like crazy here. Okay. Now,
that's pretty normal around here.
We have glue all the time, on my hands, on my clothes, in my car. It's just the side light, the side light of having
our rings.
Yes, in our rings. So that's why I have very little jewelry on. These little babies, we've got multiple pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then that chunk that was the center. Let's worry about him for starters. So basically, this is bendy vine. And you've got little leaves attached to it, but the core of the vine is wired. If you want to control it a little bit, spiraling it will help considerably, and each wire is going to do the same thing, going right into the vine, the angel vine base. And I'm going to put this one out one direction away from where the bow will be. And I'll grab a cluster of 3, kind of twist them together and put this going the other direction from the bow. You're just going to play with this stuff till you get it where you like it, but it is easy to manipulate it and spiral it and tuck it in. And it'll stay tucked. I think once I create that spiral, it looks to me like it's going to stay put. That really is going to make it wingy. Let me keep these in pairs here. I'm going to grab 2 at a time and work my way a little lower around the wreath. Once you get it in there, give it a little spiral. I'm just taking that spiral and tucking it down into the wreath and letting the tips pop back out. Let's grab another cluster of 2, and that pretty much is how you finish the design up. Just like that, work your way around it. There's really no right way to do this. It's just whatever looks good to your eye. Maybe you want to leave them a little longer. Maybe you want to make big loops out to the side. Looks like I've got room for a little bit more up here where the bow is going to go, because it always looks good to have some of these worked into the bow. So I think I will add those 2 and then lay my bow over the top of it. Oops, here it is. This is the optional item. We have other bows in the online store you might prefer. You might have your own ribbon that you want to do, but you're just going to wire that across the top here. Let your tails come through the middle. And then if you've got some wingy pieces that you decided to leave free, you can spiral them back into your ribbon, sort of incorporating the vine into the bow. Okay, let's take a look and see what we think. It got a little bit wilder, didn't it? Cool design, easy to do. Angel vine wreaths are a very forgiving structure, easier to work with than grapevine wreaths. And I know you can put this one together too.
Fun. Beautiful piece.
There we have it.